All right, guys, welcome back to the shack. And tonight I want to answer a question that a lot of people ask me, and that is, which is better, a shop air setup or a regular air assist pump that comes with most machines? The answer to that question is shop air, in my opinion, is going to be better. Now, understandably, not everybody can have the exact same compressor that I have with the amount same of air pressure retention. I mean, you know, not all shop air pumps and tanks are going to be created equal. However, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue if you're just running one or two lasers. So tonight, what I want to do is I'm going to kind of go over what I've did and why I've done what I have with my machines and the benefits of having shop air versus the traditional pump that comes with most machines. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. All right, guys, most of you know that all of my machines in the shop run on shop air. I do have a lot of the pumps, and in my time of doing laser engraving and reviewing machines, I've had the opportunity to check around 10 different pumps that come with the machines. I have several of the pumps still, just in case, you know, if I have an air compressor failure or something like that, I always have those to go back on. And I've gotten to where now I always test machines with both the stock pump that comes with them as well as 10 PSI to the regulator on my shop air. And guys, understand, understand that 10 PSI to the regulator, that's literally to the regulator, okay? After it exits the regulator, a lot of variables come into play as far as how much is actually coming out of the diode laser itself. Now, the closest thing I can give you guys is that I dial my regulators to 10 PSI. And I want to show you the parts that I use and go over that with you and just kind of point out the way that I do it. And I'm going to be dropping pictures up here. And also I'll be putting links in the description of the parts that I use to accomplish this. So the way that my setup is, and you can see on my machines, hang on, I'm going to move you around over here. On each one of my enclosures, you'll notice I've got this little red valve and I've got this regulator water separator set up. One of the most important things that I want to stress to you is regardless of whether you have a water separator at your compressor, I strongly recommend that you have one in here as well. I just recently did a really large job with EnclosureZilla over there, and at the conclusion of that job, the water separator had collected enough water that it was halfway full. Had I not had that water separator there, all of that moisture would have been directed into my engraves and into my project. One, that's not going to be great for the lens because as it comes out, it's going to be immediately turned into steam when that laser fires. And that steam is going to cause things to rise up into your laser module, especially if you're not running air assist. So you definitely want to try to avoid the water and the moisture that is in compressed air as it's being released into the world. So always, guys, always use a water separator at your point of use, wherever you're closest to the machine as you can get it. All right, so each one of these setups, I've got one here. This is the one for the Monport. Then I've got another one over here that's on this enclosure. I have the third one is on EnclosureZilla, and I also have one over here on my workbench, and that's the one I'm going to show you because it's easiest to get to, easiest to get the camera to. We'll just kind of go over the components and show you the fittings and everything that I use. But keep in mind, I will be dropping some photos as well as dropping all the links down below if you're interested in trying this setup yourself. All right, guys, so here's the regulator on my test table setup. This is over in the middle of the room where the table is, and I've just got it mounted here so that I can connect into it quickly when I'm testing machines or whatnot. The setup that I use comes with this little small ball valve right here that is good for going, you know, full blast, half speed, whatever. They also come with a gauge on here, and I've got these regulators. The regulator is the part up top. I've got the regulator set to about 10 PSI on the gauge here. So coming through the gauge, you're looking at 10 PSI. Like I said, there's a lot of changes once it gets outside the hose, but these guys are really small. I'm using the black 1/4 inch tubing, same as what comes with most machines like this to connect it, as well as the blue quick connect fittings that I order from Amazon as well. And I'll be putting links down below for all that if you're interested. But that's basically all it is. I mean, this piece here you can hold in your hand. It's not that big, it's not bulky. It comes with this really cool bracket that can be used to mount it in a multitude of scenarios. So pretty handy. All right guys, so some folks had asked me to do a more detailed description as far as how the air assist works. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple guys. One thing that you're gonna have to have, and I actually found it to be really useful, is I bought a splitter that is, I use that to tap off of my main line, but have my main line continue on to my air hose for my shop tools and stuff like that. It comes with several little outfittings on there that you can replace with some of the hardware that comes in the kits that I order, and you can go straight into that black line. I am successfully running about 120 PSI through the black hose and have been doing so now for probably close to a year without any problems in rupturing lines or anything like that. I will tell you, once you charge them to 120 PSI, you're gonna want to release all the pressure before you disconnect those. As with anything that has compressed air in it, if you don't, it can be a little deadly because the little hoses will fly around and hit you in the face. My brother learned that the hard way the other day. But other than that, guys, I've got air run from the other side of the shop up across the ceiling and back down to this pole, which is probably altogether about 20 to 24 foot of hose. And that's what I use to power this over here. I do like the simplicity of the black plastic line, being able to use those quick connect fittings. The kit that I order also comes with splitters and some other parts that you can use to retrofit, as well as adapt to the different diameter hose if you get a different machine. So all those links will be down below, guys, but if you want my opinion, and some of you have asked for it, I would always prefer shop air over any pump on the market. And it's not saying that they're bad, but shop air gives me a lot more range of power output, and it's just quieter because I have my air compressor outside running and I don't have those little pumps sitting around in here running. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. I hope this helps, and for those of you that asked for the video, here it is. So if you hadn't already, guys, come check out our Sunday Night Lives. We've always got some pretty useful information and a little comedic relief from time to time. But it's just a bunch of guys sitting around talking about laser-related things or whatever else comes up. So check that out, 7 p.m. Central, Sunday nights, weekly, here at the Clack Shack or over at my friend Steve's at Ventari's Workshop. And until next time, guys, be safe and have a good day.